We're talking about this post-retirement income that people are asking about. So since the flexibilities were introduced in 2015, the biggest unknown for members, for pension schemes and trustees has really been this idea of income drawdown or flexibility or getting what you want in retirement when you want it. And the biggest problem really in that space is that at the moment there's no comparethemarket.com for providers. It's not like the annuity world where you've had to put in place a whole of market annuity comparison option for members. Literally, each provider is doing their own thing, and there's no easy way for members, for trustees, for pension schemes to find out what that means for them. And so we went out and spoke to members. Neil talked about it in his session first thing, about our pension survey that we did at the middle of last year. We spoke to 2,000 members in DC pots about what they were planning on doing at retirement and up to retirement and in retirement. We also then went out and spoke to providers and said, okay, this is what members are telling us. This is what we think they'll need for retirement. What are you giving? What are we making available for them post-retirement? And so in my session today, I just want to touch briefly on what members are telling us and what providers are going to give us. What next? Now, the first one really is this: consider your current provider. And the conversation I'm having with most trustees at the moment is really around what you're currently offering to members. And again, most trustees and sponsors come back and say, well, we're not going to offer a post-retirement solution. We're not going to think about preferred provider. Well, again, more bad news for you, I'm afraid, is that without knowing it, you're probably already having a default preferred provider in place. Whatever your pre-retirement solution is, whoever you've got as your provider for pre-retirement solution is more or less your default for post-retirement, unless you've chosen anything else. Members are used to receiving member packs or information or letters from that provider. And in the case of GPPs or SIPs, they're obviously providers are actively able to access your members and speak to them directly about the drawdown products. So if you haven't made a decision, it's being made for you. So that leads me on to the second point. Just review what's out there. You've heard today from Legal & General and Standard Life. There are other videos around. There are other providers we couldn't speak to in time. And so see what's out there. See what's appropriate for you and your members. And perhaps work with those providers to negotiate fees, negotiate an easy and simple transfer window for members to transfer from their current pre-retirement provider to their post solution. And finally, okay, we stole it from the Scouts, but be prepared. The industry is changing so quickly at the moment. It has changed so quickly over the last couple of years. And so perhaps you reviewed this when flexibilities were first introduced. Well, today you've got a whole new set of options. You have to, in the market, you have to review your default solution every 3 years. And so perhaps you need to put on in your business plans a review of your default provider as well, review of your drawdown provider. Because as I said, if you don't, it's already being made for you.